Hello, kindergartners. So we are working on what to do if somebody tells us no or if we disagree with someone. So we were reading the story, I just don't like the sound of no with RJ. And we had 4 steps that you were all supposed to be practicing at home, and hopefully you've all been practicing. So just as a reminder, those 4 steps are: if someone tells us no, we're going to look at them. We are going to say okay. We're going to stay calm. And then if we really want to know why they said no, we're not going to ask right away. We're going to ask them later in the day. So you ask later. And really, like when you say okay and stay calm, those really go right together, because we can't say okay in an angry voice or a whiny voice and then calm down. It should be staying nice and calm, saying okay, keeping our body calm. So those 4 steps. And then if we disagree with somebody, we were going to, again, you're going to look at them. You're going to stay calm, so no using mean words or angry voice or yelling or anything like that. You tell the person why you disagree, and then the important part, you stop and listen to what they have to say. So both parts involve really looking at the person, which is part of whole body listening, and making sure that we're staying calm. So important that even if we disagree with what somebody is saying, even if they're telling us to do something we don't want to do, like maybe we don't feel like doing our schoolwork, which happens to me sometimes, still got to stay calm. Or even if we really want to do something and an adult is telling us no, we need to look at them so they know we're paying attention and stay calm. And saying okay is a really good way just to let the adults know that you heard what they had to say. Sometimes boys and girls, they look and they stay calm but they don't say anything. You want to say okay to the adults so they know you were paying attention. So that's what you guys were working on at home. That is what Fiona has been practicing at home. But we're going to read the rest of the story today, and then I'm going to take you guys home with me. We're going to the camera, and we're going to see how Fiona's doing, okay? So when we had left off, RJ had decided he wanted to become a member of the Say Yes to No Club and was imagining that his star would look like a dinosaur in a rocket car ship going through outer space. So let's see how he does with those 4 steps and dealing with when somebody says no, see if he's accepting no.
All right, so there is that rocket car ship, and let's see how RJ does. After lunch, I asked my teacher, "Can we have extra recess today?" "No," she replied. It wasn't easy, but I looked up at her, so we looked at her, and I said, okay.
All right, so he did all 4 steps. He looked at the teacher, he stayed nice and calm, he said okay, remember okay and calm kind of go together, and he didn't ask her right away why she said no, and he didn't keep asking her, which was really good.
"Thanks for accepting no, RJ," she said, and gave me a thumbs up. Then I went back to my seat. So the teacher is feeling really good and really happy that RJ accepted no for an answer. It made her feel good, and look at RJ. He's smiling too. He looks a lot happier than when he was arguing earlier in the story. So earlier in the story, when he wouldn't accept no for an answer, is that a happy face? That's not a happy face. But now he accepted no for an answer by saying okay and staying calm, and he actually is feeling better. He's feeling happier than he was when he was arguing. Let's see if he can do it at home, though. That night, I was at home getting some ice cream out of our freezer when my mom said, "No, RJ, you can't eat that right now."
Oh man, he really wants ice cream. I don't know about all of you, but I love ice cream, especially as it gets warmer outside. So I wonder if he's going to be able to accept no for an answer here. I would have trouble with that. Let's see.
In my head, I was thinking, I just don't like the sound of no, and besides, I'm starving. But then I thought about how my name would look on one of those stars. "Okay, Mom, I'll put it back." So he said okay to his mom. He's staying calm. He put it back. So this is him imagining what's more important to him, the ice cream or the star for the Say Yes to No Star board. And he's realizing he really wants to get that star and become a Say Yes to No expert. So that's why he said okay in that calm voice to his mom. My mom looked at me like she was in shock. I could have knocked her over with a feather. "Thank you, RJ," she said, and then she gave me a big hug.
So how is his mom feeling when RJ accepts no for an answer? How's that making his mom feel? Really happy. It says she was in shock, but she couldn't believe it because she's so used to him arguing. But she's really happy that RJ is accepting no for an answer. And talk to your grown-ups at home. I bet they feel the same way. If you ask to do something and they say no and you don't argue, that probably makes them feel pretty good. Or if they let you know that it's time to do something you don't want to do and you don't argue with them, that makes them feel really good. It makes the grown-ups here at school feel really good too. I know when I'm talking to boys and girls, if I ask them to do something or I ask them not to do something and they don't argue with me and they just listen, I feel really good about that also.
Before I went to bed, I asked my mom, "Why wouldn't you let me eat ice cream tonight? I was so hungry." "Well, RJ, you wanted ice cream right before dinner, and I didn't want to spoil your appetite." "Oh," I said. "I am so proud of you, RJ. Even when you disagreed with me, you waited to talk to me about it until you were calm, and then you didn't argue." So again, RJ's feeling really good. We got that smile on his face, and his mom's feeling really happy about it too. He accepted no for an answer, didn't argue, he stayed calm. He asked about it later, not right in that moment. All right, back at school. Last week, I earned my star, and my name got put into the Say Yes to No special drawing. Today, my teacher picked a name, and guess who won? I did! My awesome prize was a box of smelling markers, just like the ones I wanted my dad to buy me at the store.
So he finally got those smelling markers from the beginning of the story. If you remember, in the beginning of the story, RJ wanted his dad to buy him some smelling markers at the store, and he wouldn't accept no for an answer. Did he get the markers by arguing with his mom or his dad or his teacher? No. He got the markers by accepting no for an answer, getting his name up on that star board, and finally getting a prize.
Becoming a Say Yes to No expert really paid off for me. Today was one of the best days of my life ever. And there he is, he's going home. He's picturing in his head going home and letting his dad know that he finally got those smelling markers, not by arguing with his parents, but by accepting no for an answer when an adult tells him no, he can't do something.
Okay, so that is the end of the story about I Just Don't Like the Sound of No. Hopefully you're all getting really good at this at home. I did hear from a lot of grown-ups that liked this story and they said they were really going to be practicing at home with the boys and girls. So hopefully you're all doing a really good job practicing at home. And now I want you guys to see where I'm going to take you home and we're going to see how Fiona's doing. So when I get home from school at the end of the day, I usually let her have a treat. She almost always comes running right up and she wants a treat. So today, I'm going to practice with her. We've been practicing a lot at home, and Fiona's been doing pretty good. She has some times where she still wants to argue a little bit when I tell her no, she can't have something. But we're going to go home. She's really been trying hard. And when she comes up to me and asks me if she can have a treat now that I'm home from work, I'm going to tell her no, and we're going to see how she does with it. All right, boys and girls, follow me. Fiona, Logan, I'm home. Hello, Fiona. Hi, Logan. Okay, it's good to see you guys. No, I'm sorry, we can't have a treat right now. What a good job. Fiona, that was so good. Did you hear that, boys and girls? So I said that she couldn't have a treat right now, and Fiona said okay, and she just walked away. She didn't argue, she didn't keep meowing at me. Remember the last time we saw her and I told her it wasn't time for dinner and she kept meowing and meowing? That was accepting no for an answer. So what a great job by Fiona. And now, Fiona, guess what? I think I am going to go give Fiona a treat because she did such a great job accepting no for an answer. All right, boys and girls, hope you're practicing at home. I'll see you next time. Great job, Fiona. Yeah, that was such a good job.